Hello and welcome. I'm Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today we're talking about the Bosch mixer. It's like the bomb in the kitchen. It does everything and so powerful as well. It mixes so well, it kneads dough better than any other mixer out there. That's my opinion, and I know you're going to love it. We want to eat healthy, we want to cook healthy, but I want you to have fun in the kitchen. And so today I'm sharing with you about the Bosch mixer, but also about all of the attachments that you can use with the Bosch mixer. And it's important to understand how to use this wonderful machine and use it in the best way, because there's so many different paddles, there's so many different attachments. It is always my joy and my honor to share with you God's recipe for excellent health, which includes 3 ingredients. Number 1, how to be confident in the kitchen, and that's what we're tackling today. Number 2 is how to be confident with your health. And as you follow these videos, as I teach you all about nutrition and about food and about how God's plan is for the healing of your body, we will tackle how to be confident with your health. And number 3, how to understand and be confident in how much God loves you. He loves you with an amazing, everlasting love, as He told us in the scripture. He is the one true God. He is the Alpha and Omega. And my son says, what does that even mean? Because we don't really explain that. He's the beginning and the end. He always was, He always will be, and He is here for you. All right, let's get started on this amazing Bosch, everything that comes with it. And sometimes we call it a bundle just because there's so much with it. And sometimes the company will sell it as a bundle. But make sure you click on the link below to purchase your Bosch, because we have some extra goodies just for you and for purchasing from our website. Be sure and hit subscribe down below so that you and I can stay connected and you can become part of the Biblical Nutritionist family. Well, of course, it starts with the Bosch mixer. This Bosch mixer is a 500-watt motor, and it will whip up 5 loaves of bread. It will whip up so much, and it's just an amazing machine. Now, if you've watched the Bosch mixer over the years, you may say, wow, they've changed the wattage. Well, they didn't change the wattage. It's just the company's, the requirements were changed, so they had to change the wattage to match the requirements of the government. And this is made in Germany. So it's very solid, it's very durable, and it's going to be a workhorse for you in your kitchen. Now we can, when our family gets together for the holidays, we buy potatoes by the 5-pound bags. And you can actually whip up more than 1 5-pound bag at a time of mashed potatoes in this Bosch mixer. Now that is amazing. So you're not having to do batches of your mashed potatoes. And I assume your family likes mashed potatoes like we do. The other thing is this can whip up a huge batch of cookie dough, and you could just make a basic cookie dough and then divide it up and add different flavorings to just different parts of the batch, and you now have all of your holiday cookies ready. Plus making 5 loaves of bread. I have my very favorite bread recipes in this cookbook here, Satisfied Baking with Whole Grains. Everyone who purchased the Bosch mixer gets a free download version of this book. So make sure you see that in your email after you make your purchase. Now, this Bosch mixer, it comes with the bowl. As you can see, it snaps on nice, and it has suction feet. So it's not going to, as you're whipping up, it's not going to go bouncing off the counter. I've had other people who use other machines that were not as, they were very fancy looking machines in their kitchen, but they were not as sturdy. And because of the power of this motor, you want to make sure that it is going to be suctioned to the counter. Now, what you have on top is you have a dual lid. Inside you have your dough hook, and you also have included with this your wire whisk. I'll go through those different wire whisk and dough paddles after we go through all of the different items. So you just put it on top. You just get it to snap right in, and there you go, your Bosch. You just have very simple controls, just on and off or a pulsating. Over here you have a tower. Now this tower is very incredible because this is where the blender sits. So you would take your Bosch off, set it aside, take your beautiful blender, which is now sitting on a 500-watt motor. So you would just pull up this piece here, set this in, turn it. There we go. handle goes on the outside. You would just lock it in, and now you can make the most incredible smoothies. You can make sorbet, whatever you want to blend up. Because of the size of the motor, the power of the motor, you can whip up anything. Ice cubes, whatever you want can be whipped up. As part of the bundle, this is included, so it just snaps off like that, and you would just put it right there, and you are on your way to blending. Now, what else is included in this bundle? So I'm going to take this lid off and your splash guard off. I told you about the dough hook. I told you about the wire whips. But you also get, with this bundle, you get the bowl scraper. So with the bowl scraper, especially when you're whipping anything up, let's say you're whipping up a batter, you would hook these together like that and like that. And then this would go inside, right on top of the center piece. This then snaps right on top, right over top of that. It just snaps right on top. It's going to scrape the inside part of the bowl, and this one is going to scrape the outside part of the bowl. So you don't have to stop your mixing and then scrape everything down, scrape the sides down. It's going to scrape it for you while you're mixing. Whoever thought of that, some of the ladies in Utah thought of that and designed this. It's definitely made in the USA. Very ingenious of them. Even give you a second set of paddles to put on. So just in case you lose them, I've never destroyed them, so it's not going to be destroyed, but I do misplace them. So they give you a second set in your kit so that you're ready to use that. Now, also in this amazing kit, you're going to be getting a set of cake paddles and cookie paddles. They're going to come in 2 different boxes. So these are your cake paddles, and these are your cookie paddles. These are going to whip up any mixture that you have and make it just so delicious and so simple and so quick. Now, with your cookie paddles, you're also going to get a metal drive. Because cookie dough is very thick, very hard, you know how it's just a very dense, whereas cake batter is very liquidy. So because of the extra drive, and to protect, now these are a plastic, but they're very heavy duty plastic, and to protect that, so it goes inside this metal drive, and it's going to last you a lifetime. You can always use the metal drive, even if you're using the wire whips. Now these wire whips will make your egg whites fluff up like in no time flat. Or if you're trying to whip up so your egg whites, or if you're trying to whip up whipping cream, these are the bomb for that. So if you don't want to use the plastic, you can always switch over to the metal, but you only get the metal drive when you buy the cookie paddles. And so each one of the paddles is designed for a different type of mixing. Now the paddles are also going to say do not use with cold butter, because it's too strong of it takes a lot of power to do that, and sometimes the edges of this paddle here can get worn down because of the strength that's needed to mix it. It has the power to do it, but sometimes it'll wear that down. All right, so you've got 3 different types of paddles, whether it's the whips, the cake paddles, or the cookie paddle, all comes included in this package. Now, they've also included in this package, which I didn't even know existed, but they gave you a metal drive. So you have the dough hook here, but now you've got another stainless steel dough hook with the bowl scraper attached to it. Now this does not work on the stainless steel bowl. So if I have a stainless steel bowl that I use quite often, it only works on the white bowl. So they actually included the dough scraper, the bowl scraper, on this dough hook. So again, smart ingenuity is happening there at Le Chef. It's the company that makes these. Now, they also included a dough scraper to add to your dough paddle. Okay, so they've included several other attachments just to make your job easier and more fun. Like I said, it's about having fun in the kitchen while cooking healthy foods for your family. And their slogan is bake someone happy, and it totally fits. This is our slicer shredder, and it is going to take care of anything that you want to whip up for a fast salad, or making some cabbage, making some fermented foods. It's all going to take place because of this. So I already have it assembled, but now I'm going to unassemble it so I show you how you can put it together yourself. So then the lid just pops off like that. So the first thing you're going to do The first piece you're going to put on is this. It looks like that, and you're going to set it right on top of the center post. And you'll see that it only fits one way, so that way you know you have it right. Next, we're going to put our splatter guard on, and it's also going to lock in on top. So just twist it just a little bit and it's locked in. Now we have to put it together, and we have two more pieces right there. This one stuck in right there. All right, so when you get it, you're going to have a piece that looks like this. It's got a little bit of a end, like a star end like that, and then a round end. That's going to go right inside here, and it snaps right in. Then we have another piece that looks like this. So it's got a triangle at the top. That's going to fit right on top of your post. And then that's going to hold your blade. So your blade has the same triangle right here to fit right on top of that. So I have chosen this blade because it's going to give me a fairly good sized chunk, and we're going to do some cabbage to make a salad with. So I'm going to set this right on top, just match up that triangle there. The blades match up perfectly and just set perfectly inside. Then this piece here is going to fit right inside that. And again, we're going to lock it in. We're going to lock it into place. Everything is locked in place. Now we just take this, which is kind of like your pusher. We're going to take that out. It has a small side and it has a large side, depending on what you're pushing through. And I have some cabbage that I just went out to the garden and cut. So I'm going to push this cabbage right straight through here. I have two pieces to push through. Put my pusher on and then just turn it on, and we're ready to shred. Yeah, that squeaking noise, that's my cabbage leaves. All right, so I'm just going to take this apart, and there's always a little bit on top with every chopper shredder that I have used. Push that into the bowl. Got a little bit on the bottom. Push that in the bowl. Take my lid off. Just a little bit to the side. I'm always trying to push it too far. And then you see I have my cabbage. So I can use this to shred anything I want, even my cheese. Never, ever, ever buy already shredded cheese. It has chemicals on it to keep it from caking and sticking together. You always want to shred your own cheese. And now with this slicer shredder, you can do that at home anytime you want. And you have two other blades. This one has a sticker on it saying, hey, it's extremely sharp. And it is. They're telling you the truth there. So just open that up. And this is going to make really good potato chips. Sweet potato chips are really good with this blade. You have a thin side and a thick side. And then your last blade is a really fine shred, depending on what you're wanting to make. So you have three perfect blades to choose from, whatever you're going to use it for, and this just fits together perfectly on your Bosch mixer. So have fun shredding whatever you want to shred and enjoy salads, soups, anything you want to do with your slicer shredder. Well, thanks for letting me share this with you and joining us here at the Biblical Nutritionist family, where it's always my desire to share with you God's recipe for excellent health. And sometimes that means we need some machines to make that happen. Thanks for watching.